Welcome back, guys. Backyard Builds with Nate here again on this here lovely Wednesday evening. Gonna come out here and figured I'd come out and do a few little things this evening. It's a nice night out. Had a pretty good day. Me and Doug were down places unknown and worked on the old square body, getting some of the small things together on that. Check that out on Doug's channel there. Show you an update on that. I come home with some more Christmas gifts from Amazon here. Yeah, so pretty good day. A few things I'm going to show you a couple little things. I got a starter, picked up a starter for the Bullnose 6.9, and another can of Dawn for some more frame painting, and $50 some worth of 7/16 bolts. We got second here. We got six of these ones, 7/16, and I got 40 the crunch lock nuts and 40 grade 8 17/16 bolts for doing the spring hangers on that 79 4-wheel drive frame builder. There's spring hangers and shock hangers. There's $50 some worth of bolts there for that. So that'll get us into that next direction. And I found a spring hanger for that, but okay, it's over here in another spot. These here fuel straps that came in, these are Amazon, guys, and I am surprised. They're actually pretty thick. Made it of some good metal. I was really surprised with them. Pretty good deal. Some Rock Auto stuff I had ordered up there. I got 2 new motor mounts, 8 spark plugs, and this here actually, guys, Ford. These old 70s Fords are known for the bottom of the steering column. Let's see where they're going to be. The bottom of them steering columns have a plastic thing with a teeny tiny bearing in it. Now they have this replacement kit. It gives you an build aluminum block. Where the plastic piece goes in, I'll show you when I do the column. There's 3 little titties that just push into the plastic piece that goes out through the column. They use them holes for these bolts to bolt this build aluminum piece in it, and they run. I put one of these in my Bronco and my green truck, actually. And what's that called? I got the glasses on here. It has the lighting's really bad in here tonight. I think it's a 6203 RS bearing. That's the same size shaft as the 70s Ford trucks in here, 6203. Just a regular bearing. And if I had time, I could have spun one of these out in my lathe. I got a lathe in the basement of the house. But these $30, I can't take the time and make that for $30. Like if I had to, I could, but I can't make that for $30. So, that's another little upgrade on that truck for the steering column. A few more pieces are coming. Like I say, this is still stuff from the old Super Duty sell-off deal. I got all my new. I got the door window track belts and the wipers for the doors new for that truck. So them pieces are coming. That's kind of my Christmas story, my Christmas story, and I'm sticking to it. So all right, we're going to do a little work to this shed tonight. The rear cross member that was in this is here, and when my brother was descaling it all, it had some holes in it. There's a few more holes in it that was on the other end. So there's where the spring hanger was. Slice this off. It ain't no thicker than an exhaust pipe, these cross members and these things. They ain't too thick. So I sliced that off, took the shock bracket off it, and then I had a piece of pipe that was thicker. As you can tell, it's a little bit thicker gauge than exhaust pipe. Don't worry about that little guy. Thicker gauge than exhaust pipe here. fit right through the other one. So you clean it up and cut it off there, and then slid that through. So in order to figure out where the shock bracket was supposed to stay, I'll just show you real quick what I did, just to keeping it right on this thing. I took my my level, and you see all these markings on here. I laid the level across that frame, and I drew on it where the hanger set on it, and I measured it here. So then I had, you'll see the 3 on the hanger. It was 3 inches from the frame to the hanger, from the frame to the hanger. So I had this measurement. I had my height where it was supposed to be with no shock in it. I just slid that back on there, tacked it on there. That's back in place. That worked okay, just for a quick reference. So now he's got a hole in the top of this. This is thin here. That's actually a hole beat in there. This is original hole. But we're going to take tonight, we're just going to cut this here out. And that's actually got a little bit of shape to it. Random. We're going to take it right down to here and go across on the top. And I've got a piece of 1/8, 2.5 inch flat. We're just going to cut a piece out of that, mold that in there, and then I'll weld that in. I'm going to finish welding this cross member in tonight. I might not drag you guys through that, but I might do a little bit. But I'll cut this out. I got to trim my 2.5 is too wide, so I got to trim it to fit here as well. And yeah, I'm going to cut it out, actually cut that one right out, and then weld the other one in. So that's my game plan here tonight. Yeah, so just what I'm up to tonight, I'm going to do this, and then I'm probably going to slide over onto this and get some of this old tape off. I got the hood lined up last night, and now I got to line the fenders up and get them bolted and get that one sent. So actually, I got 2 of my brother's trucks in here, guys, right now. Both brothers' trucks are in here right now. That's not normally the way. Where can I set you guys up? You get a better look at this. So it's kind of nice that they both got things on the go, and they're busy, and we're all busy doing different things, guys. But we're all getting, we all need a hand once in a while. I was hoping I could set you up on that bucket here. You stay there. I'm not going to stay on that bucket. Okay, we're going up on this here instead. Jump on the gas tank. And hopefully you can see what's going on. I'll see if I get you in the right place or not. Just, you're way too high. Way too high. There. Down. All right, if I can get you to stay there, guys, without falling over, I'll be happening. Not looking good, is it? Nice grips. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Go with that. I get my safety squints dug out, cord plugged in. I'll go at this little shock bracket first. Just a quick little job. Just a quick little job. I'm just going to watch it for my glass so I don't throw no sparks on the glass. I want to go right down in here. Actually, I could take that piece and make my trim it so I know my mark on it. Actually, guys, I'll just take the piece I cut out and make a mark off it. That's what we'll do. I always try to have some flat strap kicking around. See, she's about 1/4 of an inch too wide. 1/4 of an inch. And I had a white chalk here. We'll just trim a piece right out of it. This might go too quick. I don't want to say that too fast, though. You know what happens when you say stuff too fast? Cut on my line and see what that looks like, guys. He got some of this frame painted up yesterday. I told him to paint around the spots. So he did. Now, see how close it is. Might need a little bit more trim. Might need a little bit more trim. It needs a little bit of a bend in it, though. We're going to put it in the vise or on the there and get a little bit of a bend on that one end. Actually, I'm not going to put it in the vise. I'm going to put it in my metal brake. Metal brake will bend that right quick. That needs to be bent right here. It's only 1/8, so I got to remember to bend it upside down because I want that bend to be on the other side. Get the bend there, get it marked out. I'm just going to run right over here real quick. Only take me a quick second. Right back. Bend it up here. Glad I got the metal brake cleaned off here because I had it getting piled up full of stuff. Now I need to use it a little bit. I don't need much of a bend. At least if I put too much of a bend in it, it's easy to tap out. Now, put a little bend in it. And we almost have a winner chicken dinner. Actually, I could put a little bit more of a bend in it. I should. Just a touch more, guys. And then it shall be G to the hood. Good. If it's a little off, we'll tack it and tap it around. But it's pretty darn close. This one corner on the back side will have to go down. But I'll weld that in there first. And I think what I'm going to do is trim a little bit more out of the box itself. I'm going to swap out, put the floppy disk on there, and I'll V it a little bit too, so place for the weld delay. That's what I'll do. Chamfer, V, whichever you do believe will work best for you. V that in a little bit. And that's almost G to the hood. The back corner's back here. I'm just going to round these a little bit when that sets down in there, and we'll melt it through with the welder. Take a little bit off the edge. A little bit in there. Get that V8 down there too. Getting pretty close there now. Pretty close. Take a little bit more, guys, off this back side. We're almost there, though. Almost there. Oh, just a few more spark rollers will never hurt. What? A few more spark rollers won't hurt. Well, that's fitting pretty darn good. That's fitting pretty good. Just a little bit more. Awful close. Being picky now. It's just the top of the shock bracket. All it's doing is holding it together. There. Now we go. Now we'll be happy. Now we'll be happy. So I got that fitting with a nice little V in it. Nice little V in it. And then I'll tack that in there. And I'll weld it right in. See if you guys can see that or not. See if you guys can see that or not. I don't know. I'll bring you over. So I got it set up here now. So she's got a bit of a V. Oh, I should say there's a bit of a groove there. It's fine. I'm gonna come up a little bit there. We can weld that right in. No problem. So we're gonna do that now. Get her done. You're done, son. I get you to stay here again. Put you there, and hopefully you stay. Plug the welder in. See what it's set at. That's probably set at just me on the fly. Imagine. Right on there, yep. Brand's still on there. This geared up here, and then we have to take the gas tank off this truck on the hoist and fix another cross member under there. This truck's getting ready for to clean her up, make her last a while longer. He's going to paint the frame and undercoat the truck. Look at that. Double fumble fingers. Finger fumbles. Mumbo jumbos. Yeah, let's see. So it's kind of, there's 3 trucks hanging out here in this area that all got the frames getting work on them right now. 3 trucks. We tack on that. Tack, tack, tackaroo. It's not welding like I like it to. Still a little bit jumpy. Turn the speed down just a little bit. And see if I can tack up here and see what it sounds like. Still. Just set up right. Well, still active. Oh, not one. What I'm gonna do, get that to a little bit better. Know where we want. Usually, fucker should be right there somewhere. Very fast. We switched to different wire and still too much. Speed way down. That's better. That's better. Speed too high, dude. Now, back at that. A little hot there. Down in the man there. Sometimes I run a little hot. Sometimes I run a little hot. That's what I'm doing now. A little too hot. It's doing okay. It's fine. She's fine. Fine enough. Good enough. Good enough. Front here. A little bit hot, but that's good. I run it a little bit hot. That's good though. Give that a buff off, that'll be good. Excuse me. Here. A little bit hot, but that's melted in there without being ground down yet. He's good enough for this. That's still good. Good enough for that. We'll give it a buff with the flapper. See, I might as well do it right now. Give it a little buff with the flapper real quick. And before I move on, got a quick little buff. Sometimes, you know, if you don't want to grind your welds, if you do good enough. And I'll run that one a little too hot. I'll turn that down the next heat setting when I finish up here. That's what I had it too fast. Little grind. I had it G'd out, so there's lots of material in there. Oh. There we go there. the tricky here. Nobody's ever going to see it. No one's ever going to see it. See if I got it too. Need to turn that welder down a notch. It's just turned up a little touch too high. Turn it down. This other wire, I'm not used to this other wire. I had 023 in it, and I put 030 in it this time. And she runs quite a little bit different, actually. Just buffed it off. Now he can paint that. All I did was buff it off, clean it up a little bit. That's all we did to that. Now I'm gonna, let's go around the outside of this here tube here. In here. You can see how the welder, I reset it. See if I can keep it going. Not bad. Reach my attack. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I'll get going. I like the looks of that one. Give it a restart there. I'm on the hunt for a 180. I want to get a 180 welder, so this 140. And I'm going to take the 140 and just put the flux core in it and leave the flux core in the 140. And run the 180 for doing these jobs. I've used the 180 a lot. 140 just ain't quite as versatile as the 180. Chad builds all his cars with a 140. Put that one there. And I'll do this inside one. I want to bead on the top here first, maybe. Just bead on the top here, done. And then I'm actually just going to stick this. This is just some electrical stuff mounts on it. So we're not going to weld it solid. We're just going to weld a couple runs. What I do sometimes when I'm welding, if I want to try to make my bead the same length, I'll just count so many seconds. And then when I do the next one, I'll count the same amount. And it usually makes them pretty darn close. This wasn't clean 100%. 100%. Actually, the plate, brother, we didn't clean that at all. Or the pipe where this plate here is on wasn't cleaned. Usually it starts off with a pretty array. So I usually just, count 5 or whatever and get them close to the same, right? It's a little bit of a habit I get into. When we were putting bus floors together and stuff back in the day, me and Doug. See how close I can get this one. Right around there. I'm gonna have to start wearing my glasses, I guess. As we get older, guys, I guess you can see, we get older, not seeing quite as good as I used to. I've got them, and I'm just too stubborn to wear them sometimes. I gotta learn not to be stubborn, but there it goes sometimes. Well, shouldn't have stopped. That was almost all the way around. The angle, I guess. Yeah, another around the outside there. Not too shabby. Not too shabby around the outside. Not 100%, but good enough. So the shock bracket itself, I'm going to finish doing that, welding it to the cross member. Down the sides here. Down there. And across there, I'll weld that in. And inside the tube before we go to the front. Yeah, what else we got going on here? You guys don't, I already probably welded more than you guys need to see. Green light's still on yet. Oh, dropping everything again. But let's see how bad the tape is on this thing. I got a razor blade and whatnot. We got to clean it off so we can get new tape on it. Get ready to do some stuff to this. I just want to check this tape out, see how bad it is. So I'm just playing around here tonight, guys, on this stuff a little bit. I'm going to get a new razor blade. And I got 2 different knives I want to try. The new blade, it should come right off, but I got the old. How much of that windshield do you guys see right there? Not. I'll do back here. Down, down, down. So I got the old regular inspection style scraper and small hand scraper. New blade, we'll see how she looks. Probably have to take a little thinner or reducer or something and get it as well. Hope everybody's having a good Wednesday, guys. Hope everybody's having a good day. She's actually a nice one here. I had the bike out for a little spin today. This afternoon, drove the bike to work. Haven't had to do much, so all that new blade works good. That had cheap tape on it, real cheap tape, like almost tape you. Oh, that's been on there a long time. It's turned from green to white, guys. There's a lot of glue on that. Still sticking up, it sticks to my fingers. Yeah, we want to peel all this here off so we can put new on. get new on there and take it away. But that glue, I'll have to take some thinner, a bunch of that glue. Imagine it's on there. It's on there. The blue paint still on the glass there from when it was blue. I'll have to go over that and get the glue off it. What a mess. That's a mess, guys. Should never have been left that long, but things happen and you don't get back to stuff. And life happens and you don't get back to your projects. So when it becomes time, you just regroup on that project and you get back to it. And I'm just helping my brother out on this one. I have both of my brothers on these ones. They don't have a lot of time right now, and just try to get them ahead a little bit. When they get a chance to get back, they can do a little more. If we get some more of that off the top. Gooey mess this is. That's all right. Stuff happens. But on the back, in the back where the window goes, we had it painted around ready to put the rear glass in it. And he switched out, we're going to put a solid back window instead of a slider in it. It had a slider, and he wanted a solid back window. He's going back to the mini trucking days. More or less what I did back in the day. I kind of had the same ordeal, but I had a 86 Ranger, the 351 Windsor in it, and a T5. And I had it lowered and stuff, but that was back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And it worked. Actually, the motor I had in my Ranger is the one that's sitting on the engine stand here. It's turned around and come back around. It was the first V8 that I actually did any work to other than stock rebuild. That was bored out and had a camshaft put in it, 30 overs, flat tops, and camshaft, and I put 69 Windsor heads on it and had them done. An Elbrock Performer intake on it with a 650 on it, T5 headers. And I mean, for a little Ranger, I had it in there really nice. It's like when I was saying about this one the other day, this motor needs to go back because it's too far ahead. But we'll get to that. And he puts a standard in it. And that's a mess. Get the heavy off, then we'll go over it and wipe it down. If I have to, I'll put the wheel on the drill. We won't use the wheel on the drill on this, but a little thinner on a rag. Should wipe it right off. Get that off. What I'm worried about the most getting off, and I got the hood pretty good now. The hood's lined up pretty good where it should be on the cowl and stuff. But it lined up pretty good. Nice little gap on that, the same all the way across. Now the fenders aren't bolted solid yet, so I'm on to the fenders. Get them lined up. Then we're going to strip them and get them in sealer. But back here, where the tape has stuck on in here, I'm going to try my wheel, but I can't try my wheel tonight now that I'm thinking. My wheel's down to places unknown in my work bag. I'll see if some of this will peel off. There's some right up. We had already painted in around here. There's still some paint tape over. The plan was to put the glass in it, tape the glass up. And that's where we were. We were to the point we were going to put the glass in it, tape it up, and it was almost getting ready for paint, right? So, but now we got to kind of go back over it, do a restart, guys. A reset on that. A little reset on what we're doing. And back in the game. Back in the game here. I don't know if thinner would take that off right in there or not. Whatever that tape was, it was not very good. I'm going to see if the razor blade will just slide underneath it. If I soften it up some, I think I can. Maybe I'll grab a rag. Grab a rag with a little bit of thinner. A little bit of thinner on a rag. Yeah, where is my thinner? Is it on the bench still, or did I put it back? Oh, let's clean that. Thinner back it back. Let's just step out here for a second, guys, to get the jug of thinner. Back storage area. There it is. I'm just going to put a little bit thinner on a rag here and give it a quick little rub. Rub-a-dub-dub. Scrub-a-dub-dub. See what she does. See what she does. I'm just going to wet my rag. Soften that up a little bit. Razor blade. That softens it up pretty darn nice. Just a couple little rubs like that. And not dig into the paint. Don't dig into the paint, guys. Glue is stuck up there pretty darn good. Go along and yeah, it is working. It's going to be very gentle. Gentle. Very gentle. Pretty gentle. Little piece right there, holding on. Oh, there it goes. There it goes, wiped off. The side piece here is going to be a hard one, I imagine. Just soften it up a little bit more. A little bit more juice on it. Oh, yeah. Me and my brother had a deal there. I found him a back window. Got some tires from him. And that's the back window deal. But we've all been busy and never had a chance to get back at this poor thing. I'd like to see it with the box back on it. He's got a set of 17-inch Cobra R's. I think 17 or 18-inch Cobra R's he wants to put on it. He talked about where the thing is kind of a purple color. We're painting it purple. Going with white Cobra R's. I guess we'll see if that's still his vision. I think he's going to get the Cobra R's powder coated, I think is what his plan was. I'm one of them guys that helps guys make their projects come to life. I got my own projects too, but I like to help people out a little bit. family is always, you know what family's like, right? You always end up helping your family out, loving my family, right? And even though I live alone, I still love my family and do everything I can to try to help them out when I'm not working. If I have the means to help, I try. I may not be the most smartest person when it comes to um, computer things, and spelling's not a strong feature of mine. I'm sure all I've been able to tell that. But if I can help somebody, I've always had a pretty good work ethic. I grew up living with my grandparents, and I got taught a good work ethic at a young age. And that's all I know more than anything is to work hard, treat on to others as you want to be treated, and do what you can to make yourself happy as well. You have to be happy yourself as well, guys. So I won't drag y'all along with this here wholly, but you see I got one side to there. That's pretty darn good. That came off better than I thought it was going to across there. So I got one side to there. I'll wipe it off with some wash and wipe afterwards too. But I wiped it off with the dry end of the rag. So yeah, so that's what we're picking away with. So that's. I'll just give you guys a little bit there tonight. Give you a little bit of that. I see last night, guys. When you couldn't hear us talking very well, both of our mics had quit on us. And we were only using the phone. So we just kept filming. And somehow or another, the last little segment did get flipped on its side. Not quite sure. Sometimes when the phone when the phone gets started with the video standing this way, as soon as we flip the phone, usually I try to video with the phone sideways. But if it gets tipped the other way, sometimes it turns and goes sideways on us. I'm not quite techy enough to figure out how that gets switched back around. And usually, whatever I videotape, I don't edit anything, so I don't know how to edit anything. So I just give you guys what I'm doing, and this is how I'm going with it so far. I'm learning. I'm still learning. I appreciate everybody hanging out and coming along on this journey of building these old trucks and stuff, and fixing other people's trucks and helping people out. And it's what we do here, guys. So I'm happy I got parts coming in for my 78. We're on a standstill on the 78. I got when the floor pans come, we'll roll the cab in, throw the floor pans in the cab. That might be the next step on that. But the floor pans ain't here till next week. There's a new brake booster master cylinder coming for that truck. We can bolt them on when it shows up. That steering column bearing can go in it. The Super Duty wise, we're waiting on the fuel tank too. When the fuel tank comes, we'll paint that, put that in the frame. Super Duty, Barrett still has some wiring to do, but I can go in and take the cab mounts out of it. If I get a chance, I might put it on the hoist, clean some more of the frame. But list of to-dos on projects coming. And the four-wheel drive, 79, the lift, Buddy's lift should be in next week. And then that has to come back in, and we'll put the whole suspension lift in that. He got the whole lift, but he still needs an adjustable track bar and a drop pitman arm. Everything but that. So when he gets that, we'll be putting the whole suspension lift in it. And then he'll be moving on. There might be another truck showing up maybe before winter to swap the cabin box on that frame. It's a nice truck. I think it's either got a 427 or a 429 in it. I can't remember, one or the other. And that's going in the four-wheel drive. So, anyways, guys, I'm rambling. A little bit on what's going on. Give you some of my techie information that this guy don't have techie information for you. So, hope you hold out. Keep coming. Thanks for all the likes, shares, subscribes. Keep coming back. We got more Ford things to do, guys. Thanks for coming out. Catch you in the next one.